Hi, this is Jim. Going to be doing some exercises for those of us who are able to exercise standing up. You may need to have a chair to your side to balance yourself if you need to. That's great. In fact, a couple of these exercises we are going to be sitting down, so I'll move a chair in place so that we can do that. But hey, I'm glad that you're here. I'm going to talk for a bit while we warm up. This is kind of a freestyle warm up. Move your legs, move your arms, and I'll be talking while we do that. So we're getting the blood flowing, the muscles warmed up, our core temperature up just a little bit, but the blood flowing everywhere that we need it to flow so we can be warmed up and ready to go. I apologize for the lighting. I apologize that I am not getting everything into this shot, but we're visiting and nobody's home right now, so I'm not disturbing anybody while I do this. But this is the best I got, so I'm going to do what I can with it. If you watch the sit-down exercise video, some of this is going to be repetitious. Repetition's a good thing. We need to get it right. We need to know what's important and what should be emphasized. Don't worry about your weight. That's the thing I want to emphasize today. Weight is not, and that's W-E-I-G-H-T, our weight, not how long we're waiting for somebody to come home. Don't worry about your weight. It's not the important measurement. Your muscles weigh, your bones weigh, your internal organs weigh. All parts of your body weigh. You have a lot of water in you. Water weighs a lot. You're going to have weight. We don't want to lose our weight. We want to keep our weight. And some of our weight we want to grow and get bigger. We want our muscles to weigh more. We want our bones to weigh more. We want our organs to be healthy, and they're going to weigh more as a result of being healthy. So we're not wanting to lose our weight. We're wanting to gain weight in the right places. But if you're exercising frequently and appropriately, and if you're eating correctly, getting rid of that processed foods and sugars, and if you're controlling your stress, getting rid of all of that stress that's in your life that keeps you from sleeping at night, that forces the food that you eat, instead of being used properly, get stored around your middle. If you're doing all of those things right, that storage that you put here, we call it the insulin meter. When your insulin is flowing, you're too much, you're storing extra around the middle. And you'll notice this is where it tends to grow first, and it gets around your organs. It's an insulin meter. You don't want to store it there. You want to eat right so it's not happening. Exercise, get rid of the stress, and that goes away. Another time we're going to talk about measurements. Better than weight for judging how fit you are, how healthy you are. We want to be fit and healthy, and we want to weigh what our body needs to weigh. So today we're going to do an exercise that is called stepping over the suitcase. So what we're going to do is step over, step back, step over, step back. Now I'm leading out with my right foot each time. A couple more of these on this side. Big lift up with those feet. Now we're going to lead out with the other foot. Can we do that? Can we switch feet and not get confused about what we're doing? So we step out with the other foot. In this case, I'm using my left foot. And I step back with my left foot first. Big high step. Get over that suitcase. I don't know why we're stepping over the suitcase, but we're doing it. Okay, we've done like 5 of those. Hey, if you're in great shape and you want to do some more, go for it. As I always say, work hard, but don't hurt yourself. Don't hurt yourself. I want you to be able to exercise tomorrow, the next day, and the next day. Don't injure yourself by trying to do too much. You'll slow down. Now, told you we're going to be using a chair for some of this, so that's what we're doing. This next one is called the wiper, and I'm going to call wipe in, wipe out as well. But what I want to make sure you know is that we need to exercise consistently. At least 3 times a week, please. Work yourself up to that if you have to. Try to exercise every day. Different routine, change it up. 3 times a week you can do the stretchy, muscly kinds of things. The other 3 days you can do cardiovascular. What I prefer is that eventually you're going to work up to where you're doing these stretchy, muscular types of exercises every day, a little bit. We're doing a little bit, and we're also doing some cardiovascular, walking, running, bicycling, swimming, rollerblading, whatever, rock climbing, but something that is actually getting you going, getting your cardiovascular going. Okay, so wipe in, wipe out. We're going to put our hands on the inside here, and we're going to push in as hard as we can with our knees. Pushing in hard, pushing in hard. We're pushing in hard, pushing in hard. Okay, that's good. Put them on the outside, push out, push out, push out. We're pushing out as hard as we can. Now this next one we're going to do some motion. We're going to bring our knees together, bring our legs out as far as we can. Knees together, legs out as far as we can. Now, we can also do this from a standing up position. Legs far apart, bring them in, bring them out. Bring them in, bring them out. Bring them in, touching those knees, bring them out. Bring them in, bring them out. Bring them in, bring them out. I should have mentioned, for those of you with hip replacements, knee replacements, I'm sure your doctor has told you movements that you shouldn't do. Listen to him. She knows what they're talking about. So don't try to do things that are going to hurt you. But adapt as they've instructed you. Keep your body moving. Whatever kind of movement you can do, do it often. Do it frequently. Add weight to it as you can. And that's what we're talking about here today. Next one's called reach down, reach high. I'm going to do it in a chair and also demonstrate how to do it standing up. You can do it either way. Really depends on where you are balance-wise. If you have some balance challenges, do it sitting down, or at least with your hand holding onto the chair. But I'm going to start with my feet flat on the ground, my knees out to the side, and I'm going to reach down. Just going to lean forward. I'm not trying to push myself down, I'm just letting myself hang. Gonna hang here for a little bit, just kind of let it relax. I'm not holding it back, I'm not pushing it down, I'm just kind of letting it hang. I'm letting it hang. Gonna go for a count of like 12. I'm counting in my head, so if you're counting, we may be counting differently, but we're letting it hang down. Now we're gonna come up slowly. We're not gonna come up fast because we don't want any of that hydrostatic stuff to get us going. We're going to reach up to the top shelf as high as you can. Stretch it out up high as you can. Reach it up high. Reach it up high. Let's continue to do that sitting down if that's what you have to do, but I'm going to show you the standing up version of this. So knees slightly bent, legs apart. We're going to let ourselves hang forward. Once again, we're letting ourselves just drop. We're not pushing it down, we're not holding it back. We're just letting it relax down, letting it go down. Now you notice by doing this, we're getting our head below our waist, which means the blood's going to be a little bit in places it normally isn't. So when we stand up, we can end up with some dizziness. So as we come up, let's come up slow, up slow, up slow, up slow, up slow. Let's reach high. Let's reach up to that top shelf, up to the top shelf. Up. We're reaching as high as we can. Keep it stretched out, stretch a little higher. You got it as high as you can. Go just a little bit more. Can you get that thing up on the top shelf? That can. You got it? You got it? Hope so. Okay, let's come back down. Those of you who are setting, stay setting. Let's keep working at it. Those of us who are standing up, let's do one more of these. We're going to bend forward. Let's let it relax down. We're going to let it relax. We're not holding it back. Keeping our knees flexed. We're not trying to keep them stiff and straight. This isn't about just trying to stretch out those legs. We're actually working on our abdomen and a little bit on our back by doing this. It is helping the legs.
but we're not trying to stretch them out. Having them bent is good enough for us today. It's getting them working. Okay, let's come up slowly. Up slowly.
Remember, if you're standing, you can definitely use a chair at your side for balance. One hand on that if you need to, but you might want to consider doing the sitting down thing. So we're reaching to that top shelf as high as we can. Reach it up. Reach, 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 reach. Can you get that thing on the top? We're reaching. Go up on your toes. Go up on your toes. Push it up. Okay. Very good. I'm proud of you. Keep at it. These next two are lunges, or a variation of the lunge. The first one is just a standard lunge. The second one is a variation to give you a little bit more to work on. It'd be more of a progression, but it's so valuable to a lot of what we're doing that the progression of it adds some dimension to what we're doing. So with the lunge, what we do is we come out forward as far as we can. Don't stretch it out further than what you're comfortable with. And then we come back, and then we're going to do the other leg forward. And then we're going to come back, okay? We're going to do 5 of these, just going front to back. This is a lunge. That's 3. The second half of 3. This is 4. Now on 5, I'm going to show you a variation. If you're really in shape, take your knee to the floor. If you can't do it, you can't do it. I get it. That's 5. If you want to do more of these, do more of these. We're going to work up to the point that we can stretch out further and we can get our knees down onto the ground. But start with what you can do. If it's just a short step, it's a short step. That's still a lunge for you. Don't worry about it. Doing what you can is more important than trying to do what the fancy people do. So do as much as you can. Now this next one is a variation. And I'm going to start it limited and then we can expand it later. But we're going to go step to the front, step to the side, step it back, and then we're going to go to the other side where we're going to step back with the other foot, out to the side, out to the front. Okay, let's go around one more time. Out to the front, to the side, to the back, other foot to the back, out to the side, out to the front. Now if you find that you like that one, that's a great one to repeat. It can be somewhat cardiovascular, but as you work on the short steps and then lengthen them out, you can find that you're going to be working your body in a lot of different directions. Your leg muscles will be working a lot. Now normally I like to work on one part of the body. You notice we pretty much went top to bottom here, and that's fine. We're really talking about habit today. That's what we're working on, is to get our habit going. It's crucial that we exercise 3 times a week at least. Work yourself up to that if you have to. Otherwise, let's get that 3 times going with the idea that eventually we're going to be doing every day. And then we'll add cardiovascular in there as well. As you're starting 3 times a week with the exercises, then start adding cardiovascular on another 3 days, so every other day a different thing. But the eventual ideal is a little bit of exercise to get your muscles going, pushing your bones to where they're going to stay strong and grow a bit for you, and then having cardiovascular in the other part of the day where you're out walking, running, bicycling, swimming, rollerblading, rock climbing, whatever it is you like to do, but get out and do some cardiovascular as well. It's a great combination of having the two together. One all by itself is good. The two together, crucial to get your body where you need to be. Thanks for watching. You're going to like the changes that happen to you as you keep adding to this and keep up with it. I'm hoping the best for you. I know that it'll work. It works for me. I've seen it work for other people. Hang with it.